crack pipe or driving with no license, child support, it's gonna fall in the nigga category all day. Yeah, I'm just saying it's facts.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Yo, what up? We got Jay back in here today. We're gonna talk about some
sticky
situations topics. I guess he likes talking about deep stuff, so we're gonna get up in it.
We're gonna get
up in it real deep.
Yeah. So today's topic is gonna be racism, and all that stuff that goes along with it. And
which is touchy. I mean,
and I don't even know where to start really, but
I don't know where to start.
There is racism. I mean, that's a guaranteed freaking fact.
Yeah, you
still,
and there's racism. You could call racism anything from being from being a point of color of skin, which is the way most people think of racism.
Yeah,
but it can also be an economical racism that's out there,
which has been going on forever. You know
I mean, really, as many years as black and white racism or whatever goes.
Yeah.
So there's different kinds of racism. We talk about mostly the color of our skin racism, which I think is ridiculous.
I about to say, and it depends on your definition of racism too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching a podcast the other day with this guy that was basically saying that racism doesn't exist. And he was like tearing their ass up as far as making them realize by asking certain questions that racism doesn't exist. It was pretty interesting.
So there's I think we've done a podcast on racism and how far it's come in our country. Because, let's be real about it. We've come a long ways in this country, right?
A long way.
Otherwise, me and you wouldn't be sitting here together right now, right?
Well, it depends on God's plans.
But, I mean, yeah, 100%.
But yes,
100%.
But yes.
As far as the racism situation,
yes,
we wouldn't be sitting here together if this was 1930.
Yeah, probably not. Probably
not at all.
1950, maybe even.
Yeah. Even further back.
I mean, it just depends on like who you are, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it really does. But
it does depend on who you are as a person.
There was people back then who wasn't racist.
Right.
But like
Abraham Lincoln,
the majority was.
He was a black guy. Supposedly, Abraham Lincoln was black.
He had a bunch of. Actually, he had a whole lot of Indian in him.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this since we're talking about race. To me, and the way we were raised, being black and being native is the same thing. There's no difference.
It's just the skin color, man. Honestly, I mean, I have a ton of Cherokee Indian in me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even when I get a tan, it's mostly red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ashley is a quarter Indian of some kind.
Really?
Yeah. And
my great grandmother was a full blooded Cherokee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she gets dark, son. I'm talking about Ashley. I mean,
super dark, huh?
Yeah, she gets super, super, super dark.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of wild to hear you say like, hey, I'm married to an ethnicity now. If you go on that base,
route with it.
That route with it, yeah. And
what is ethnicity exactly? I mean, what?
It's just a color of your skin, basically, but it's where you live, where you're from, your ancestry.
But the etymology of that means ethics, like your morals.
Oh, hell.
I
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Look at Jay enlightening us today.
Just a little bit.
I didn't know that at all.
I didn't either.
Yeah. I like the etymology of certain words. You know what I mean? Because it can mean one thing, or we take it as one thing, and it could be something completely different.
Could mean something different, yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
That's cool, man.
Which I told you guys, I think in the last podcast, that I'm Sioux, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you reservation
did.
or whatever.
You told us, yeah. That's cool.
So to us, being a Negro, black, nigger, colored, Indian, native is all the same thing. They won't say that if you go back and look in the history books.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look in the history books, it's the same thing. You know?
Right.
I always kind of assumed that the Indians came from Central America, like kind of like the Mexicans and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
They're natives too.
Yeah. Because they got the Incas and the Mayans.
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that.
There you go.
Yeah. That's all.
The Salvadorians, all of them, Jamaicans, all natives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So I actually watched a podcast where ever watch Theo Vaughn?
Say it again?
Theo Vaughn.
No.
Okay, he's a comedian, stand-up comedian, and he had Funny Man, a comedian, another comedian, but he's a black comedian on. And Theo was just asking him, like, man, how does it feel to be black?
How does it feel to be black?
And he said, well, I ain't never been any other color, man.
That makes a lot of sense now. I like that.
That's the only answer you could have given, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, he said, I ain't never been another color, man.
So truthfully,
I couldn't tell you. I have no frame of reference. Yeah.
I like that.
And then he was asking the black dude, Mallory. I wish I knew his name now, but he was asking Theo.
Was he on the Cabin episodes?
No,
that wasn't him.
No. But he was asking Theo something about, like, you know, if you woke up black tomorrow, would you like it? And Theo's like, oh yeah, man. Shoot, I'd be sneaking up behind people.
Oh shit!
That's what Theo said.
Yeah, he said,
You ain't gonna like it when you go to the bank or get pulled over.
he said, that's what he was talking about. He said, I feel like I wouldn't raise my voice to the police anymore.
Creep right by him. You know what I mean? License and all, you turn on the head. Like that shit.
But
That's crazy.
they're dumb.
Yeah, Theo's funny.
Yeah.
You got a Theo.
Theo Vaughn.
I'm about to look him up.
Yeah,
Never heard of him.
He's funny, man.
He's a funny dude. Lives in Nashville. He's a comedian.
He grew up in Louisiana.
Grew up in Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay.
In a poor part of Louisiana.
Yeah.
And
does he have that funny accent?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's got a little weird accent.
but it makes him funnier, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
But so we're getting off on all kinds of other tangents.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, this is what happens. What you told me on the last podcast.
It does.
It does happen.
We do,
does
man.
happen.
You move from. Today we're going to be talking about race, and then Theo Vaughn podcast today.
The sky
But
is blue.
you had a story about.
Yeah.
So what you think racism is blown out of proportion, like through the media? Because me personally, I know I'm white, but I've never experienced even me being racist to a black person or them being racist to me, unless it was like behind my back or something.
Racist. What's your definition of being racist?
Not liking me because my skin or your skin or whatever.
Okay, so you've never like looked at nobody in Walmart and just judged them instantly by how they looked?
I have done that, but not because they were black. I've done that to some crackhead white people too.
What about some Mexicans? Have you ever done that?
I mean, I don't. I paid $300 for this daggone Mexicans. The other day, dude, this Mexican lady couldn't even speak English.
No, this is real. I was there.
She had a baby in her lap. She was driving one of those carts. She come up to me and give me a note. She couldn't even speak English. She said, "It said, can you help me buy this because whatever it said, I don't know exactly, but help me buy this." So I took it up there, and it was some diapers. It was everything for the kid, dude. And I was like, it was gonna be like $80, but it's
baby formula.
It was wrote in English.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was weird. I mean, I could speak a little bit of Spanish. So I was speaking a little bit to her.
Okay.
And she was. It was like $300. And I about shit on myself, son.
We came home. I gave him 100.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I'm glad too.
It was a family.
It's just a woman and a little baby.
What was insane about that whole situation was the baby was like, you know, something's wrong with it.
Something's wrong.
You couldn't tell exactly what was going on with him, her. I don't know. But something was up with it. It didn't, wasn't sitting right. And then he just felt bad about it. And he was like, it'll be all right. And we walked outside, and I was like, $300.
Yeah, it jacked me up a little bit. But I don't think that I've ever done that just because of somebody's skin color necessarily. That's just, I mean, I could have. I'm not gonna say I haven't.
I got
but
you.
if I have, it was like when I was little because I was raised a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But
I've done it.
maybe
I am not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
like I said, being sued. I'm gonna tell you a story. I went to Miami one time and thought I was gonna have a good time. Women, beaches, or whatever.
Yeah.
And there were so many black people. I have never in my life been afraid of my own people the way I was in Miami. Judged them all.
That's wild.
Got down swerving on them because of the color of their skin.
Damn.
I don't know if that was technically me being racist. Well, I guess it was.
I mean, but how can you be racist against people that has the same color skin as you? Is it because?
Good question. Good question.
So what I'm saying is, is racism stemmed from skin color, or is it something else?
Ooh.
Oh,
I think it
Because just like you're saying, I mean, I've been around white people that I was like,
yeah.
nope, I'm out of here.
But because of the color of their skin.
No, not because of the color of the skin.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the same color as them. I've been around black people who I felt completely comfortable around.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then felt very uncomfortable around some white people. You know what I'm saying?
That's racism.
And
in a way.
But
But it's not.
to
I
be
think
fair,
racism is
to be fair though too,
you're doing that because of that though.
I knew these people.
Okay. Well, that's the difference.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
knew 'em.
major. Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's a
wasn't
major
like I
difference.
was just. I feel uneasy because these people are.
So you knew that they was crazy.
I knew for sure. Yeah.
But they was okay.
I was just in a little bit different situation. You know what I'm saying? And
But what did you ask me? What he just asked me? How could you be racist against your own people?
against your own color.
Against your own color?
Because if racism is based on skin color, right? That's the going thing though, right?
Supposedly, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing. Everybody wants to talk about is racism is based on the color of skin. So if you were scared around people who are the same as you,
Niggas.
same color as you,
Real niggas. Real niggas. Gold teeth. I am not bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Beards and
so
shit. I
you
can't see
say
their
so.
eyes.
What you're saying is they are the same color as you, but they ain't the same as you.
They definitely wasn't the same as me at all.
And
Energy
so
wise.
I feel like that you could be racist against somebody that's the same skin color as you
Oh, definitely.
that just lives differently than you.
I would have to agree and disagree with that.
I don't think racism is like that. I just don't. I don't know.
I don't think it's.
I think it's like you're automatically not going to like somebody because they're black. It don't or white or
You don't think of
brown
racism
or-
as anything else than that.
That's the way I feel about it. That's just. But I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I mean,
there's 7 billion people on the planet.
so in my eyes, I agree with you to some degree. But so what was you saying about?
Basically, what I was going to say is to dumb all that dumb shit down in my mind is there's only one race on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Human race. And if people realize that shit, they would cut 90% of that bullshit out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Which a lot of people know that and just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're all souls.
Yeah. And that's the way I look at it. Like I just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we was kind of raised
Yeah,
in a little bit of a fucked up way, honestly.
y'all was?
Little bit.
yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I was.
That's juicy.
I mean, a
mean,
little
but-
bit. Yeah, no. He's right. Yeah, it was a little bit.
I get that completely. I didn't
So-
meet see my first white person until I was 5 years old. Scared the fuck out of me. So, but I understand. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like, this is what they warned me about.
Yeah.
So I get that.
So
How did y'all become who y'all are? Cool as hell. Like not. Getting
I just became my own person and realized, and I've been around some people, and I understood that that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life.
right,
You got to be around somebody to
know who they are.
know who they are, and they're just fucking people. It ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah,
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Like
I like how you said that. He said they're just fucking people.
I mean, that's what it is, though.
Exactly.
It's the way he said it is funny.
They're
They're just fucking people, man. Like, they're all-
so like I feel like there's people that I don't like regardless of the color of their skin.
100%.
And there's people that I like regardless of the color of the skin. It ain't about the color of the skin to me. It's about who they are as a human being.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
So
Okay, so I don't think any of us are racist.
right,
So let's go out to the outer world
Okay.
and talk about it a little bit. You know, what I'm
out of world, outside of this room right here.
saying? Yeah.
What are the problems with it?
Which racism doesn't exist technically in my mind because you can't. Well, I guess you could be racist against the human race, but that's a conundrum. Like
Yeah.
to be racist against your own. You know what I mean?
You're racist
Your
against your
own
own
species.
race, human race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
That'd be like, man, I just don't like humans.
I think a lot like I know people's traditions, the way
that.
I mean, slavery wasn't that damn long ago.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
No.
It really wasn't.
Since the beginning of time, technically.
Yeah, really. But like
Yeah.
in this country, it was 1800s and 150 years ago,
Yeah.
basically. So that's 2 or 3 generations, basically.
Yeah.
And you still got that coming down from
Yes.
all directions, on both
Agreed.
sides.
Agreed. Yeah, both sides.
So
100%.
that's I think like in a few more generations, it's probably going to be gone completely.
I don't. I think
You
it's gonna
don't?
be worse.
You think it's going to be worse?
Definitely.
I think
Definitely.
conversations like this invoke
You said
There's gonna be some
it
people-
evokes it.
it invokes people to go, I'm mad because he said this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like if
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
right,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. But there's people who get on the news and watch the news, and then be
Yeah.
like, oh, this,
Yeah.
that, or the other.
Yeah.
White people are
Yeah.
mad because racism is a thing going both ways, and then black people are mad because white people are racist towards them.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Now y'all ready to get mine fucked?
Yeah,
About some
Yeah.
facts.
I'm ready to get to it.
Okay, so the Jim Crow laws and don't drink out of this water fountain because you're colored type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Or I don't want that Negro or that nigger marrying my daughter because
Right.
those were actual laws,
Yeah.
Yeah.
laws of the land,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
created by my people or I guess our people.
Yeah.
But white folks kind of came and
So
like
they were
flipped it.
created. You tell them like they created by the natives.
Yes,
Really?
but white folks came and kind of like flipped it. I'm like, okay, well let me flip this law on your asses, and
See
that's
you
how
like it. No,
I didn't know that.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that either.
facts. Like a native man couldn't marry someone from outside the clan or outside, obviously the
Tribe or whatever.
Yes, you know what I mean.
Dang.
Yeah.
So I think that's how that all begot or became. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about this not long ago. Like, like TV.
What you mean?
Like I'm gonna get to. If you watch a movie,
Yes.
I feel like the black people are portrayed as, like thugs and pretty much all the time. There's a few that ain't, right?
Right.
But I feel like
Think about that.
for a lot, I feel like it's kind of hard to get out of that. People thinking that way because they watch fucking movies and they're like, oh God. But I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I wonder if that has anything to do with why the stereotype is out there.
I would have to say so, because I can't think of a movie where there was a group of black people acting a different way than, you know what I mean, like the next Fridays and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the norm.
Yeah,
Which I never thought about that. That's fucked up, but you're right.
yeah,
You are right.
Yeah. And then they put it out, and then of course, like Friday and next Friday, we all sit around, watch it, and crack up.
yeah. It's funny as shit.
But yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But then in our heads, because I've never lived in a black community.
Yeah,
You ever lived in a white community?
Yes.
Okay. So I've never lived in a black community. So to me, that's just I know it's not. Okay. I've done a job for a long time where I went into everybody's house.
Yeah.
And done, stuff for every race out there.
Right,
So I know
right.
I know that's not the reality of it. But if you've never been in past the railroad tracks, we'll call it.
yeah,
You have no idea.
But
Yeah.
no, yeah. If you was an alien coming down watching these movies, you would portray black folks as how you seen them on these movies.
Exactly.
I get that.
It's easy to do.
Damn.
It's easy to do.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Never noticed that. And
Really?
I'm laughing and rolling my
Yeah,
damn self. and
that's
never,
what I do too. I never thought about it like to that degree, really. But yeah, you're right. every movie that has, you know.
I mean, you had Family Matters back in the early days.
Yeah,
With, Steve Urkel.
that's a funny.
Yeah.
movie, son.
That shit was funny. I
Damn, I
used to
forgot
watch
about
that
that
show almost every day. Dude.
Oh yeah, man.
And you got like Denzel.
Yeah.
He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, he's played a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So here's
about it.
here's another aspect that I want to bring out that actually another black dude pointed out to me. So I'm gonna bring it up now, but he was talking about, let's say I go out and do something crazy. Let's say I get arrested for, a joint or drunk driving or whatever. Let's say I get arrested for that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go to court, pay my bail, I'm going to get out of jail, and it's going to be, nothing's ever going to be said about it, right? But if you see a black dude that goes to jail for the same reason, then you go, look at that thug. He deserved that or whatever. There's people who think that way about it.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's not my,
I can see that. Well, look at that crackhead.
right. Well,
I can see that.
yeah, and that's I think that happens some, and I feel like that could be considered racism. But I don't feel like I do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm sitting there doing that, but I'm just saying he pointed that out to me and was like, "Look at
I
this."
do.
Do you?
Hell yeah.
Do you really?
Hell yeah.
So
Because speaking of racism, I feel like white folks go to jail for certain shit, and black folks go to jail for certain shit. You know what I mean?
that's kind of true. There's some truth to that.
Like there's
There
certain
is.
shit that we do, and there's certain shit that we don't do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't shoot up schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. Usually, you don't see niggas really fucking with kids. That type. I mean, there are some that do it, but that's not
Right. It's not like the
Yeah, it's the majority.
the meth epidemic.
Yep, that's white folk.
Yeah.
That's white folk.
All type of shit. Now, crack pipe or driving with no license, child support. It's gonna fall in the nigga category all day. Yeah, I'm just saying it's facts.
But like you said, there's white people going to jail for that same thing, but it's just not as prevalent. But so I wonder, is that us being racist or is that us being judgmental?
Both. I think it's both.
So is racism more of a judgmental thing?
Yes. Yes.
So you could be judgmental to anybody.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I could be racist.
As a human being, yes, you can be judgmental.
You could be racist or judgmental.
Yeah.
I could be that way about him. I could see his beard and go,
Yeah.
But to see his beard and be like, that's how white folks grow their beard.
"Yep,
You know what I mean? I mean, it's a judgmental thing.
yeah."
There's
It just and then stereotypes. We all get stereotyped. though.
everybody.
And
Everybody.
And I think me and Trey were talking about it in another podcast where we were talking about like being stereotyped just because we live in Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely.
people up north and
Definitely.
California, they think we're running around here with some overalls on, no t-shirt on underneath them, no shoes, no socks, nothing.
Yeah. My cousins in California, they think we are the dumbest mother, and we live below sea level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Technically, by facts of us living underneath sea level, we are the dumbest motherfuckers
Yeah,
on
that's-
the fucking planet for some reason.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
It doesn't make any sense. It's just
Yeah.
that's just racism. It really is though, right? If it's just judging a book by its cover, then that can be considered racism.
I don't think it's racism. I just think it's
That's kind of deep.
I think it is.
That's
man.
kind of deep.
it's not. They're not judging you based on your race, though. It's
So
I think racism is just straight up color. That's just the way I think about it. I think that's pretty much there's prejudice and there's racism.
That
prejudice.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess it could be. I guess
would
it
be
would
a
be
prejudice.
considered more prejudice.
Yeah.
Prejudice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prejudice against people who live in the South and talk a little slower.
Yeah. They was raised to believe that Tennessee is a bunch of idiots.
A whole bunch of hillbillies.
Oh, that's how they are.
Inbred ass.
Hell yeah.
His mama's, his aunt, and his uncle.
My Lord, they can't read. Their hair snappy.
Look at this boy's beard.
Wide nostrils. The hair is curly as hell. And they live below sea level.
That's crazy.
I wonder how God looks at us and sees us as us being racist towards other people.
Since
Because God obviously wanted to put us all on the same ball.
hello,
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That has to mean something to somebody. You know what I mean? How could you be racist against another creature that you didn't put here?
that's all for this one, boys and girls. We appreciate you watching and like and subscribe. And tell us how you like seeing our boy Jay on here.
Yes.
Sure appreciate that.
And when you see black people, don't lock your goddamn car doors. Okay, people, stop doing that shit. We don't want you. We
Stop
barely want
clutching your
ourselves.
purse.
You know what I mean? Please. And to the black people, have your IDs ready and be safe.
Keep your hands on the wheel at all times and have your ID ready.
I drive like this with my ID in my hand. Just like
Ready.
every time I see a white car, I just.
All right.
We love y'all.